Right now, you're checking the time. Maybe on your phone, maybe on your wrist. A small number ticking forward, second by second. It feels solid, reliable, like one of the few things in reality you can actually trust. But here's the strange part. Physics has never actually found time. Not in the way you imagine it. Not as something that flows, not as something that moves. So what are you really looking at when you check a clock? Because if time is real, it should appear somewhere in the deepest equations of the universe. But when physicists strip reality down to its foundations, something unsettling happens. Time starts to disappear. Let that sit for a second. Or don't. Because even that idea depends on time behaving the way you think it does. You grew up believing time is a river. It starts in the past, flows through the present, and disappears into the future. You are inside it, drifting forward whether you agree or not. Yesterday is behind you. Tomorrow is ahead. It feels obvious. It feels undeniable. But what if that feeling is just your brain simplifying something far stranger? Einstein changed everything by showing that time is not universal. It bends, it stretches, it slows down depending on speed and gravity. Near a black hole, time moves slower. Far from gravity, it moves faster. Two observers can experience completely different presents and both be correct. This is not philosophy. It has been measured. Atomic clocks flown on airplanes in 1971 returned slightly out of sync with clocks on the ground. Not by perception, by real physical time differences. So here's the question that starts to crack everything open. If time changes depending on where you are, then what is the real time? Is there even one? Because right now, someone on the International Space Station is aging slightly slower than you. Not metaphorically, physically. Same universe, different time. So where's the single flowing river you imagined? It seems to break apart the moment you look closely enough, but the deeper you go, the more unsettling it becomes. Physicist Carlo Rovelli argues that when you look at the most fundamental equations of reality, time is not required. The universe can be described without a universal ticking clock. No preferred now, no global present, just relationships between events. So if nothing in the base laws of physics says time must flow, why does it feel like it does? Why do you remember the past but not the future? Why does everything seem to move in one direction only? To understand that, we need to talk about something deceptively simple. Your brain. You don't experience time directly, you experience change. Light entering your eyes, sounds hitting your ears, thoughts forming and dissolving. Your brain stitches these signals together into a story, a sequence, a before and after. But that sequence is constructed. It is not raw reality, it is interpretation, and it is extremely useful for survival. Because on a prehistoric savanna, predicting order mattered more than understanding the universe. If the rustle in the grass comes before the attack, you survive. If it comes after, you don't. So your brain became obsessed with ordering events. Cause first, effect second, always. But here's where things start to bend again. Because physics does not contain a built-in rule that says time must go forward. Most fundamental equations work almost the same in reverse. So why don't broken eggs unbreak? Why don't spilled liquids unspill? This is where entropy enters. Entropy is often described as disorder, but that is only a simplified picture. More precisely, it is the number of possible ways a system can be arranged. And here's the key idea. There are vastly more disordered states than ordered ones. A broken egg is just one of almost infinite possible arrangements of its atoms. A perfectly intact egg is extremely specific. So when the universe evolves forward, it is not choosing disorder. It is simply drifting toward what is more statistically likely. Not because time forces it, but because probability dominates everything when you scale up to trillions of particles. This creates something we call the arrow of time. A direction, not because time flows, but because change overwhelmingly moves toward disorder. And here's where memory enters the story. Your memory is physical. It is written into your brain as changes in structure, neural pathways, chemical traces. But those traces only form in one direction, because forming a memory increases entropy. The past leaves records, the future does not. So you remember the past not because time flows toward it, but because only the past can physically leave traces inside you, which raises a disturbing possibility. What you call the past might just be the collection of states that left traces, and what you call the future might simply be states that have not yet done so. Then there is Julian Barbour's idea. He suggests something even more extreme, that the universe is not a moving film at all. It is a collection of complete snapshots, each one fully real, each one a possible configuration of everything that exists. In this view, there is no required sequence, no cosmic projector playing reality forward, just a vast landscape of nows. And your sense of movement through them? That might be something your mind generates after the fact. But if that is true, then what is actually moving? Nothing. Or at least nothing in the way you expect. So why does it feel like you are moving through time? Because your brain is not just recording reality, it is predicting it, constantly filling in gaps, constantly building continuity, even when none is fundamentally required. This prediction system is so strong that it creates the sensation of flow, like frames in a film being played fast enough to create motion, but the frames themselves are still. Then comes the hardest question. If time is not fundamental, if it is not a flowing river, if it is not even required by physics, why does everything still feel so urgently temporary? Why does every moment feel like it is slipping away? Because you are not outside the system watching time pass. You are part of the system that is changing. You are a temporary pattern of order inside a universe moving toward higher entropy. And that movement creates the illusion of direction, not because the universe is pointing forward, but because you are a structure that can only exist briefly before dissolving into more probable states. So when you feel time slipping, you might actually be sensing something deeper. Not time, but transformation itself. And now the final question remains. If time is not a river, not a flow, not even a fundamental ingredient of reality, then what exactly are you looking at when you check the clock? Maybe you're not measuring time. Maybe you are measuring change and using your mind to turn it into a story with a beginning, a middle, and an ending that never really arrives.